What's going on, everyone? DarkWorldMOFO here, and I just had an amazing match versus zombies. Well, he was playing emergency teleport, and he was taking in a few other things, or maybe that's just the way he played it. But anyway, it was an amazing match, and I am here to commentate on it. So I just played this match literally a few minutes ago. It was a pretty long match. It was 37 minutes long, but it was really good. All three games were incredibly grinded out, and I think it was a really good match. Um, so I start off my first hand not very strong. I allure and have to banish the trance, and I'm going to play a little bit defensively, setting an Eradicator, and I think a Torrential. And then I draw into a Reckless, set the Reckless and pass, so I'm like, alright. And so he goes for Gaius, and I'm like, alright, hopefully he'll hit the Torrential and I can chain it, and something cool will happen. So now he knows I'm playing Dark World, so he's setting most of his hands, so I can't drag down him. I finally draw into a Dealings and discard it, and draw into a Snow, and then I'm like, alright, now I got a Reckless because I gotta get some plays going. So I luckily draw into the Dealings, and now I kind of have some plays if he doesn't have the MST for my gates. And then I grabbed a Grapha, accidentally grabbed a Snow. But anyway, I play the gates and then just do my Dark World shenanigans. I wanted to destroy his face set monster because I thought it was a Goblin Zombie, so he could search, and then I could play a Grapha or something along, or play a drag down, something along the lines of that. But he sets another thing and attacks, and I'm only at 1,200 life points right now, and it's not looking very good. So on the end phase, I'm forced to Reckless, and then I also Gateway, so I can get my Graph onto the field. And now my hand's looking really, really nice. I drew into a tour guide, and I got a Archfiend Eris. If you guys don't know what it does, it's whenever it's destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard by card effect, I can add an Archfiend card from my deck to my hand. So I can search a trance out of it, and it's also a tour guide target, so it's not a bad card. And then right here, I'm going off, and I'm in a really good position, and I hit the Goblin Zombie, and he gets a Mizuki, and so now I can use my drag downs, so I can get the Grapha, return it. So I'm like, alright, I have to make a Heliopolis play and just blow up all of his back row, which was awesome. But sadly, he had the Phoenix Wing Blast, so he discarded his thing, so my other drag down was dead, and it just didn't go too well from there. And then when I summon my Beige, he says, wait. And I had already returned for my Grapha because I didn't see his weight. So then I was really confused. I thought he meant don't draw or something, but he wants to Torrential when I summon my Beige. So I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. So yeah, I have Torrential, Mind Crush, Solemn Warning, and something else. Drag down set. Okay, and so I'm kind of like thinking to myself, he has a lot of plays, and it's not looking good. I feel like I'm going to lose this game. And so I randomly Mind Crush to see what he draws. So he draws a dead Malicious, and he discards my Brown. I draw into the Grapha, which isn't bad. At this point, like a Dark Smog would have been really nice, but like I said, it's just those situations, and I shouldn't play a card just for those situations. But so he goes Mizuki into Goblin Zombie defense, but I'm like, okay, cool, maybe he'll just do that and pass or something. But then he banishes other Mizuki and goes into gets his Plague Spreader. And so I'm like, alright, he's gonna go into a Synchro, and I'm gonna be forced to Torrential, but then he's gonna get his Goblin Zombie search. And then I just waited for him to search the Zombie Master, and I scoop it up. So then we go into game 2. I side 3 MSTs and a Dark Smog. I start out my Mind Crush and my deck dev because those cards are not very good against zombies. I don't want to have to be forced to ever put their zombies into the grave. And so he has he has a mediocre hand. I get rid of the D Prison, and I start off with Grapha 2 sets and a Gates. And right there I'm changing my song. Listen to the new Drake album. You guys already know. So then right here he goes Lightning Vortex and pitches a Plague Spread. I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. And then he summons that, and I'm like, alright, get rid of your hand. You don't have too many zombies to feed your grave, so I'm not too worried about it. Goes into Zombie Master and Plague Spreader. So I'm like, okay, there's not too much you can do. I mean, level 6s they can be good in situations, but I'm not too worried about any of them right now, especially this guy. He's just pretty much just a big beater, because he can't use his effect because he doesn't have his Zombie World. If he had a Zombie World, then it'd be a problem because he could get my Graph, and that would not be fun at all. So he attacks for 24, sets 2, and passes his turn. Immediately, I'm going to banish, discard, and start blowing up his back rows. I knew one of them was. I knew what they both were. I tried to hit the Dark Hole, but I hit the E-Telly, and I was really confused as to why he didn't put that in defense mode. And just kind of like let it die when I attack it or something. I'd never really understood the point of him putting it into attack mode, because right here I attack over his, I think it's Doom Kaiser Dragon for 600, and then I attack over his Krebons, and he just lets it go to the grave. But if he had put it in defense mode, he wouldn't have taken any damage. And then he was playing really slow. This video's sped up 4 times. It was 37 minutes, and now it's down to 9 minutes. And then so I set the MST, and then I troll him on the draw phase, and MST is Darkhold, and he scoops it up right there. And you guys can see me changing my song again. And game 3 already. He sets one and passes. I'm like, okay. I ribbed the tour guide, which was really, really nice. And I played this first turn a little bit differently. I could have gone Gates, banished, pitched the Grapha, and blown up the Deep Prison and had that. But I decided to not. I wanted to see what he had back there and try to waste that and keep my Grapha for my Dark Smog or for a Gates play next turn, you know. I didn't feel like I wanted to use my Grapha immediately. Granted, I would have had the Brow in hand to return it next turn, and I had the MST set, but I wasn't, you know, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play a little bit more defensively and kind of see what the outcome was. So anyway, I have to Warning his Caius, which isn't bad, and I blind MST a creature swap on the end phase. And then I hit another creature swap with my Grapha. And then at this point, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just done the standard blow up the Grapha play, have the Leviathan, keep the Brow in hand. But, you know, I didn't feel like doing that, and maybe it hindered me a little bit through this game. Maybe this game would have ended faster, or maybe not. But anyway, so he plays an Allure, banishes a Caius, and he MSTs my Dark Smog, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And right here, he goes Greffer, and I'm like, alright, now we can get a little bit of plays in. Pitches Zombie Master, goes into Malicious, and I'm like, okay, there's not too much he can do. And then when he banished the Malicious, I was really, really confused until it was pretty obvious what he wanted to do. He banished the Malicious, and he had a dad play. You see me type it into the box literally right before it was almost simultaneous when I said dad play and he summoned the dad. And I'm like, alright, you can summon all your monsters, overextend like crazy, and I'm just going to Dark Hole you. And then he blows up my Gates, and the next turn, look at that top deck, I get a Trance Archfiend, and I'm like, alright, I'm pretty much set for this game. So this game is coming to an end a little bit shortly, but before I get to the end of it, I do want to ask you guys to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, guys. Like I said, likes really, really, really do help my channel. I know a ton of you hate when I say like my videos, but, you know, it only takes 2 seconds out of your day. This was a pretty awesome match, I think, in my opinion. It was a cool grind game, but, yeah, just take 2 seconds to like the video. It shows YouTube that I'm doing a good job, and it shows you, and it shows me that you guys are liking my videos, and that's most important to me by far. Knowing that you guys are enjoying my videos and my commentaries and everything else I do on my channel is key, because I do YouTube for you guys. And then I also realized that I should have used Levier play and just put a Dark World in defense mode last turn, but I didn't for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't feel it was necessary, but it wouldn't have hurt me at all. And then so he summons a Mizuki, and, you know, I'm just kind of playing it defensively, just going to keep poke with my graphics. I don't really have too much going on in my hand or in my back row. You know, I have a little bit going on. And so right here, I feel like I decide to play a little bit of mind games. And I start asking him, what's he going to do? What's he going to do, you know? And so he goes into the Malicious and gets another one. And then he's obviously thinking about his play. He Foolish Burials, and I think he sends a Plague Spreader. There, I'm changing. Yeah, he sends a Plague Spreader. And then he Mizuki's for his Plague Spreader. I'm like, alright, dude, are you going to go into your scrap? Are you going to play Risk It, blow up my Graph, and attack me for game? And then I'm kind of just messing with him, just seeing what he wanted to do. I'm fine in my back row. I had a Torrential and a Gateway, so I wasn't too worried about it. So you see me ask him right there what he's going to do. Just playing around, just kind of mess with his mind a little bit, kind of put some pressure on him, because he's obviously nervous. He obviously has to get over my Graph before he loses next turn. And so he finally does go into the Scrap Dragon, which you guys will see here in just a second. He goes into the Scrap Dragon, and he targets my Grapha and his back row, which is Burial from a Different Dimension, I think that's what it's called, and he returns his Mizuki and 2 Maliciouses, which didn't really do too much for him. And then he attacks, and obviously I'm going to have to put my Grapha back. And then on my turn, I do what Dark Worlds do, and it's pretty much sack. You know, I top deck the